to my channel. This weekend is a week full of videos. Let's just get straight into it. A little bit of a delayed start to the year. Let me work out, this video is going to be going up on the 5th of February, which is slightly delayed in terms of a reflection on last year. I feel like a lot of people have been in that January funk, so if your kind of kickstart to the year hasn't come yet or is a bit delayed, then it is what it is. We just have to roll with it. I mentioned it at the end of my Paris vlog and at the start of my cherries haul, if you are up to date on my recent videos. I basically had my operation to do with my teeth in my mouth, so at this point it's getting to a point where I'm quite comfortable with speaking and like almost being back to normal from the 2nd of January. So when we got back from Paris, it was literally like take the tree down, get myself prepared, get the food shopping, because I knew I was going to be like out of bounds. And then the first 5 days was pretty tricky, to be fair. It just takes a lot out of you, and I didn't realise how much it would do that. Like, I kind of was a bit naive in it. Like, I suppose not naive, but I think I talked it down to myself and was like, I'm going to be able to cope, which I absolutely did. But there was definitely points where I felt like I couldn't. But it's fine. There's people going through much worse, and here I am. I am so in awe. It sounds ridiculous and pretty self-explanatory, but I'm so in awe of how quickly my body's recovered. It's actually shocked me, because within a week I went from not being able to get a spoon between my teeth to being able to put unpureed foods in my mouth. It was ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, that kind of happened, and so I went back to work, and the first full week was absolutely knackering. So I feel like where I was cooped up for so long, I really got to a point where I was like, right, physically I'm healing, but mentally I am so prepared and ready to kind of crack on and get back to normality and doing the things that I love. And I found that I was starting to plan ahead and be like, right, let me sort out this, when are we doing this trip? And it was quite nice to kind of have that time in a way, because it really got me excited to kind of be doing things, and it also got me prepared and ready. What I've done is I've wrote down January to December, because I feel like a reflection on 2020 is always a nice kind of way to start things off. I think about it now, I'm like, what did I do last year? But when I've actually written it down, I'm like, oh my god, actually, because it feels like such a long amount of time, you forget what you've done. And then I thought I'll do a little screen recording and then pop it over the top at the side somewhere. But I made like a little vision board on my phone, which I've currently got as my lock screen. And you know what? It is actually really motivating to go onto my phone and see that and just be reminded and be like, yeah, that all of the above. So let's go through my 2022 roundup. So January last year, funnily enough, I was in the same position as to what I am now. I just had my 2 teeth removed. February, me and Callum moved into our first house, this house, which is mad to think it was last year, because I feel like in one sense we've been here forever, and then in another sense I'm like, oh my god, like we still haven't got the kitchen done, so we obviously haven't been here that long. But the fact that we've nearly been in this house a year is mind-blowing. In fact, when I upload this, which will be the 5th of February, there'll only be another week until we've been in here a year. March we did our master bedroom renovation, and then April we did the spare bedroom renovation, and we've pretty much spent quite a bit of the year, or quite a bit at the start of the year, especially when you first move into your house, just being really invested in the house. Then in May, me and Callum went to Weymouth and we got our tattoos. I completely forgot about this, but yeah, I did a vlog that weekend, and I vlogged us getting the tattoos. But yeah, me and Callum got our little crab tattoos. Mine's on my foot, on my heel here, but I can't believe I've had my little crab only for a short space of time, really. So then in June, me and Callum went to Brighton. So I've never been to Brighton before, so for this, like for me, it was a really exciting thing. And I remember me and Callum going, it was really lovely, like really nice weather. We did quite a bit of holiday shopping for Greece, and we did some home shopping because at this point the spare bedroom had just been finished. So I remember we went into Primark and Zara, and we were able, in Primark we picked up some like pillows and just some decorative stuff. We went into the Home Sense in Brighton as well, and we got this lovely Pampers vase which is in our spare bedroom. And I just remember that being a really nice experience because we had like a little shopping spree for ourselves, for the house. We had a lovely time down at the beach. Did we get fish and chips? Yeah, we did. We got fish and chips and sat on the wall and ate it. We won Mike Wazowski on the grabbing machines, and that was just such a moment. In July, me and Callum had the first of our 3 weddings this year, which was lovely. And I started doing work. I have like my normal job that I do every day all the time, but then I started helping a friend out with her business, and she does catering work, so I started doing that, so I was able to work at weddings as well. I think it might be the end of July, we went paddleboarding, which was another huge thing that I've always wanted to do, and I absolutely loved it. And I didn't realise we had a place not too far from us, so it's definitely something that I'd like to do again this summer, especially if we have a good summer. Yeah, it's just so much fun. In August, a couple other things happened, to be fair. I've only written down one, but now that I've started speaking, like off the top of my head I can think of loads. So in August, obviously we went to Greece, which was just such a lovely holiday. Me and Callum had the best time, just really relaxing, but we also did a lot of exploring, and it's got me really excited for holidays this year. I met Sophia and Cinzia when I went to their book signing, which was really surreal. They are so beautiful, and that was also when my mum and dad came down, and so like I got to take my parents strawberry picking, and my mum's never done it and always wanted to, so that was like really cute. Enjoyed that. So then September came round, and as soon as me and Callum got back off our holiday, we started putting together the living room, which, as you all know, because I've mentioned it, it's not finished. Like I said, got pictures to go on the wall. We've currently got our fridge in our living room because the kitchen's getting done, and we needed to use this space. But once the kitchen's done and the fridge is back in there, we are going to get like a unit to go there to fill that kind of gap. October obviously is mine and Callum's birthdays, and we went to London for our birthdays, and we also had our second wedding in October as well, which was so good, so good. Then in November we had another wedding. Yeah, so December was Christmas in our first home, which Christmas morning was just the most peaceful, not even like peaceful, like quiet. It was the most, I felt so content that morning, just both of us being in the house, it being really cozy in Christmas pyjamas. And I love giving, and like I loved watching Callum unwrap the few, you know, the bits that I'd got him. And then obviously we went to Paris, which was just amazing. And when I think about it now, I never thought that Disneyland would be like my favourite day, because I'm not a ride person, and I kind of thought I love Disneyland, but going around Paris and seeing the sights and going into the little quaint cafes and bakeries and things, I thought that would be my favourite bit. But when I look back now, I just think the fact that I pushed myself out my comfort zone and got myself onto some of the rides, I mean, one of them I wish I never did. Well, I've done it, so, and I'm still here, so it's fine. I'll never do it again. But all the other ones that I went on and did, I just loved it. I love how I pushed myself out my comfort zone to do it, and in that actually found out that I do like them up to a certain extent, and it was just really lovely. I actually, is she an adrenaline junkie now? Not sure, but who's to say that I won't be in the future. A really good roundup of the year. Obviously we had some quieter months, we had some busier months, but I think that is quite healthy as well, to have kind of those reset periods where you chill out a little bit. Let's go on to 2023. I actually have like nervous butterflies about this year, like in a good way. I am so excited. I can't believe this year I'm going to be 24. That's a bit disgusting. That's like, I remember when I was like 20, 21 and my brother was 24, and I just used to think, cool. I actually watched someone's TikTok the other day. It's Casper Lee's girlfriend, Amber, is that her name? She put a thing on saying like, you think that you have this like unlimited amount of time when you're young, and then you kind of reach like 25 and you still have so many years, like so much time. There is still so much time, like you've only done a fraction of your life. But when you get to that kind of age, I feel like there is a kind of adjust in your frame of mind. Like I feel like I kind of think about it a little bit even now, where I'm like, oh, when you get to like 25, that's halfway to 50, but we've got so much time at the same time. Anyway, right, let me go on to my mood board and screen record so you can see, and then this is going to make sense. Sure, you know, it's going to make so much sense because you'll be seeing what I'm seeing. On my mood board, as you can see, I'm going to move this way slightly, so it's going to be here. So obviously, like left hand side, I've kind of got like a kitchen, garden, so we're starting with the kitchen. As you already know, the kitchen is in full swing, so excited for that to be done. Obviously I've got some little quotes on there: don't spend another year doing the same shit. Love that. But mainly just for like, I have goals and places I want to be, and I'm going to get there. That is what that means. And the little table that looks quite swanky, that I put into, I couldn't find anything specific, but I put into Pinterest like family gatherings, and that is not what my family gatherings look like. But I want to make time to spend more time with my family, as they are quite far away, because I didn't get to do that so much last year, I don't feel, for various different reasons. I put a smile on there because obviously the tooth saga, I obviously want this to heal. I feel like that's going to be a long process. I'm probably not going to do anything with my teeth or anything like that this year. I also might be having some sort of referral, but you know, we'll just see where that goes. But that was just kind of on there as a working towards my perfect smile. It's always been something that I've wanted to sort out, and I even put a little hair style on there because I was kind of thinking this year, do I do something with my hair? Not too drastic. I am thinking that I want it to be a little bit longer, but with it being longer, I don't think I'd want it to be all one colour. I'm thinking like some caramelly kind of colours in. I've got my editing bits on there because I just want to keep going with it. I really love doing it. I love documenting all of mine and Callum's like milestones and then being able to look back on them. I've got a little TikTok side on there because some of you might not know, because I don't really, I was never a TikTok person. Like I kind of dabbled, but now there's like people on there doing like skincare bits and makeup and like vlog style stuff, which is what I enjoy. So I find that I'm on there a lot more, and I'm trying to do a little bit more on there. And then, right, bottom corner, here we go. You may notice the money on there, saving. I typed in saving on Pinterest and it came up with how to like save so much in a year, and I just wanted to have something that resembles saving on there. Me and Callum have a holiday to Ibiza booked, so we're going to Ibiza for a week. I am not going to be the party Ibiza girl, but I'm excited to do the exploring because it's meant to be such a beautiful island, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I've got on here a very full dish of food because I just really want to stick to doing my really full nutritional, but keep getting my veggies in there and keeping like my gut health good. And then I've got some like sport kind of health and fitness stuff because I've always been quite regimented in going to the gym, but I feel like I need to kind of I need to set myself a new routine. I went to my first Pilates session. Obviously I had to wait until healing had kind of got to a certain stage, but yeah, I went to my first Pilates session and I've booked in for further sessions. So yeah, and I've also put on there in the bottom corner a little Pilates reformer looking thing. Something I'd like to try at some point because they just look so fun. Lots to look forward to this year. We've also got a trip to Weymouth booked. Yeah, we've got a trip to Weymouth, got Ibiza booked, and I think that's pretty much it. We have been looking at whether we want to do like a little city break around Christmas time next year, somewhere like Bath or Edinburgh. I've been to Edinburgh before, I've never been to Bath. I don't know if Callum's been to Bath before. I'm really looking forward to this year. I hope everyone is well. Hope you all are having a good start to the year. Obviously it'll now be February. Soon to be Valentine's Day. So I shall love you and leave you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my little channel, and I shall be back soon with another video. Bye!